we are going to start next experiment, experiment number 11, to interpret it from the graph by observing the effect of acetylcholine on the ileum of Guniea pig by using CD of MSBT. Aim of this experiment to study the effect of acetylcholine on the Guniea pig.
The aim of this experiment
ileum.
is effect of acetylcholine on Guinea pig ileum.
In the AM, you have to remember which animal is used, which part of this animal is used, and drug. Which drug is used?
Acetylcholine.
Acetylcholine. Category of acetylcholine. Parasympathomimetic. And animal?
Guniea pig.
Guniea.
Okay. Then
Objectives
objectives
of this experiment are to understand the phenomena of peristalsis, to understand the terms spasmogens, spasmodics, spasmogenic, to understand the terms spasm, tonic spasms, atony, cramp.
To understand the phenomenon peristalsis, spasms, spasmogens. These terms are given in experiment number 11 in the manual, page number 54. That is peristalsis. Peristalsis, it is coordinated contraction and relaxation of circular or longitudinal layer of muscle is known as peristalsis. Then second, spasm. Spasm, it is a sustained involuntary muscle contraction, and the drug which produces spasm is known as spasmogens. Spasmogens are the agent, they produce spasm, are known as spasmogens. And spasm, it is sustained involuntary muscle contraction. The next requirement, animal, Guniea pig, physiological solution, PSS, thyroid, then drug, acetylcholine, 1 per ml, instrument, Sherrington's, rotating drum, student, organ bath, aeration tube, aerator, frontal writing lever, stand, clamps, and plasticine wax. Which physiological salt solution is used?
Thyroid.
Thyroid.
And drug,
Acetylcholine.
1 mg. 1 mg.
okay. After that, let's see procedure. Before the procedure, theory.
Guinea pig ileum is a smooth muscle preparation of small intestine and is known to involve in peristaltic activity. Peristalsis, stalsis meaning constriction, is a progression of coordinated contraction and relaxation of circular and longitudinal layers of muscle which pushes food bolus onwards. The movement depends mainly on intestinal distension, which initiates nerve impulses to the enteric plexuses and to the CNS. Enteric reflexes and returning parasympathetic impulses from the CNS increase motility. Sympathetic reflexes, however, decrease intestinal motility. Parasympathomimetics like acetylcholine, by its muscarinic action, increases peristaltic activity. Isolated guinea pig ileum shows normal pendular movements which can be modified by acetylcholine.
In the theory, Guniea pig ileum is a smooth muscle preparation of small intestine. Means ileum, isolated part is ileum is used, which is smooth muscle preparation of small intestine of Guniea pig, and it shows peristaltic activity. Then peristalsis. Stalsis is contraction. There is coordinated contraction and relaxation of circular and longitudinal layer of muscle. Means during the body movement, there is contraction and relaxation of smooth muscle. Either it is in the circular movement or it is in the longitudinal movement. During the body movement, there is small intestine, Guniea pig ileum. Firstly, is it audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Guniea pig ileum is a smooth muscle preparation of the small intestine, and it is not involved in the peristaltic activity. So peristalsis is an stalsis, it meaning contraction or constriction, in which there is during the body movement there is contraction and relaxation of small intestine, whether it is in the circular movement or the longitudinal movement or in the longitudinal layer, and that this movement pushes food material in the body. See this image. This contraction and relaxation contraction and relaxation, it is in the circular or longitudinal layer of the muscle and which pushes food material in the body. Movement दिसते food material push केले. Screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
During this peristalsis movement, it pushes food in the food material in the body, and this part in which peristalsis movement it occurs. When this peristalsis is occur, there is enteric refluxes. There is enteric refluxes, that is nerve impulses generated. There is chance to generate the enteric refluxes or the nerve impulses. At that time, this nerve impulses or enteric refluxes, they increases the peristaltic movement by their transport from CNS to parasympathetic nerve fiber, and therefore they shows increase in peristaltic movement. And when these enteric refluxes transport from CNS to sympathetic nerve fiber, then they shows decrease in intestinal motility. That is parasympathomimetic, like acetylcholine by its action shows increasing peristaltic activity, and sympathomimetic they shows decrease in peristaltic activity. Means Guniea pig ileum shows normal pendular movement which can be modified by acetylcholine. Means firstly, Guniea pig ileum shows normal pendular movement. After the administration of acetylcholine or injection of acetylcholine, there is modified, means there is change in their normal pendular movement. Here increase in intestinal motility, that is increased grafts are observed. Firstly, in the theory of this experiment, you have to write which part of animal is used, in which Guniea pig ileum is used. Ileum, it is a smooth muscle preparation of the small intestine of Guniea pig. Then secondly, what is peristalsis? Peristalsis, it is a contraction and coordinated contraction and relaxation and which is either circular or in the longitudinal layer and which pushes food material in the body. Then next you have to write during the peristalsis movement there is chances to generate enteric refluxes. This word, that is nerve impulses generated, and this nerve impulses increases the peristaltic movement, but when they are transported from CNS to parasympathetic nerve fiber or CNS to parasympathetic, when this nerve impulses or enteric refluxes transported from CNS to sympathetic, then they decreases the intestinal motility. In this experiment, you have to remember only related to parasympathomimetic, that is, they shows increase in the peristaltic movement or increase in the motility. Therefore, acetylcholine, it is a parasympathomimetic agent and which shows muscarinic action and increase in the peristaltic activity. Guniea peak ileum shows normal pendular movement. Means firstly, it shows normal pendular movement after the administration of acetylcholine. There will be increase in the peristaltic activity. This is about theory. Then procedure, in which firstly isolate the ileum of Guniea peak.
To study the effect of acetylcholine on guinea pig ileum, isolate the ileum part of the intestine. Clean the contents of ileum by washing it.
After the isolation of ileum of Guniea peak, then same procedure for this experiment, that is wash with thyroid solution, take the baseline, then inject acetylcholine. After that, response is observed. Which part is used?
Ileum parts
Ileum
of
of
smooth muscles.
ileum of
Ileum
Guniea pig.
With thyroid solution in a syringe. Avoid damage to the smooth muscle lining of the ileum while washing. Take a piece of 3 to 4 centimeter long ileum and mount it in the organ bath containing thyroid solution. Maintain the temperature of water bath at 37 degrees centigrade. Aerate the muscle preparation with aerator. Now stabilize the muscle preparation for 30 minutes under tension of 0.5 to 1 gram. During stabilization, wash it with fresh quantity of thyroid solution for at least 4 times. Start the drum and take baseline for about 30 seconds on smoked pepper. You will see guinea pig ileum under normal condition show pendular rhythmic movements.
Smoked pepper is also known as
Which paper, ma'am?
Evident from the pattern of tracings. Now stop the drum and inject 0.1 ml of stock solution of acetylcholine in the reservoir containing ileum. Start the drum immediately and record the contractions for 30 seconds. You will observe upward movement of tip of frontal writing lever on smoked pepper. Stop the drum and rapidly wash the preparation with fresh quantity of thyroid solution. Allow relaxation of the contracted ileum in about 4 to 4.5 minutes. This completes one time cycle of recording in 5 minutes. Repeat the procedure by using 0.2, 0.3 and 0.4 ml of acetylcholine solution For recording of every response, a 5-minute time cycle is followed. Now measure the height of each response in millimeter. Please note that height of the response is indicative of ileum contraction. You shall observe that with the increasing doses of acetylcholine, contraction of ileum also increases. Hence, we can say that cholinergics show spasmogenic action. 5 minutes. This completes one time cycle of recording in 5 minutes. Repeat the procedure by using 0.2, 0.3 and 0.4.
As increasing dose of acetylcholine, then effect is increased or decreased?
Increase.
Increased.
Increased.
4 ml of acetylcholine solution. For recording of every response, a 5-minute time cycle is followed. Now measure the height of each response in millimeter. Please note that height of the response is indicative of ileum contraction. You shall observe that with the increasing doses of acetylcholine, contraction of ileum also increases. Hence, we can say that cholinergics show spasmogenic action.
With the increasing dose of acetylcholine also increases the contraction. Hence, cholinergic shows spasmogenic action. This is same from procedure. Dose of acetylcholine 0.1 ml. As the increasing dose, height of contraction is increases or decreases?
Increases.
There is increase in the response 11, 13, 19, 22.
You have learnt that smooth muscles of intestine exhibits rhythmic intrinsic activity regulated by central and autonomic reflexes. Cholinergic are spasmogenic.
So conclusion of this experiment is it concluded that acetylcholine causes contraction or relaxation of ileum of Guniea peak.
Contraction.
Contraction.
Contraction of ileum of Guniea peak. This is conclusion of this experiment. Means the effect of acetylcholine on the ileum of the Guniea peak is it shows contraction effect, that is cholinergic or spasmogenic. This is about experiment number 11.